Hello everyone, I'm Vika Vinogradova. This is a channel with recipes for lazy people. I wanted to tempt you with Kutabs today. This is a dish of Azerbaijani cuisine. It externally resembles chebureks, but only chebureks are such, usually just hearty, thick, greasy, fried, all such. Kutabs in this regard will be a little healthier. They are cooked without oil. Very tasty, you can't imagine how much. That's why I really want you to try them. I'm telling you how they are made. Let's start with the dough. It's fresh and simple to prepare. There's no need for yeast, milk, eggs, nothing like that. All you need is flour, salt, water, and a little bit of vegetable oil. Take the flour and sift it into a bowl. I will be mixing in a planetary mixer. If you don't have one, there's nothing to worry about. You can do the same thing by hand. Add just a little bit of salt there. I'll turn the mixer on at a low speed right away and add warm water here. You can pour vegetable oil right away and all this to the flour. If you're also going to do this in a mixer, don't turn the speed up too high. Let it mix slowly. To make it as similar as possible to, if we were kneading the dough by hand, you don't need to mix it for long. As soon as the dough becomes uniform, it's ready. The dough turns out quite stiff, thick. It needs to be put in a bag or packet and let it rest for 20 minutes, so the dough becomes more elastic and soft. Because the dough will still be difficult to work with. While the dough is resting, we'll deal with the filling. Fillings can vary greatly, ranging from meat, greens, cottage cheese or pumpkin, depending on your preference. I'll show probably the most popular classic filling with cheese and greens. We finely chop the greens. This can be green onions, dill, parsley, crops, sorrel, spinach, basil. It's not essential which greens to take, it will be tasty with any. You can bring unexpected notes here, adding a small amount of mint, tarragon, but this is tarragon, marjoram or thyme. This will add even more aroma. I have green onions, parsley, basil and a little bit of mint for freshness here. Next we will add cheese. If it is salty on its own, no spices will be needed. But if your cheese has a mild taste, then salt the greens. Take a good cheese with a natural composition. It's best to take the one that melts well and stretches. I have this Brest-Litovsk Russian cheese. It has a very pleasant creamy taste with a slight acidity, and it is optimal in terms of salt. With it, a good result is always guaranteed. And look, in the classic version, only cheese and greens are used. But all of this can be diversified, and for example, you can add roasted garlic or mushrooms there, or, like me, add a boiled egg. Grate it like cheese, mix everything and the filling is ready. Now it's time to get back to the dough. It has rested and become pliable, soft. Working with it is a pleasure. It doesn't stick to the surface, so it's not necessary to dust it with flour for rolling out. We roll it into a sausage and divide it into about 10 to 12 rounds, each of which we roll out into a pancake. Try to make it as thin as possible. That's how much you get, that's how much you make. Kutabs are so delicious precisely because the dough in them is very thin and there's a lot of filling. Now we put the filling on half of the pancake and we seal it like a regular cheburek to get a half moon shape. You can pinch the edge with your fingers or press it with a fork and cut off the uneven parts with a knife. Fry it on a skillet over medium heat. No oil is needed, don't make the fire too strong, otherwise it will burn. The kutabs cook very quickly, again because the dough is thin, literally 1 to 2 minutes on each side and it's ready. Until such rumpled sides. We immediately remove the ready kutabs into a saucepan, and while they are still hot, we smear them with butter. While cooking the next batch, keep the prepared kutabs in the covered saucepan to make them even softer and tastier. You can eat them as is, but the real pleasure is to dip them in matsoni or Azerbaijani kutik. It's salty with a slight sourness. You can replace it with our usual sour cream or natural yogurt. Also, lightly salt them for a great result. Here they are, simple and easy to prepare. And yet, guys, you know, they melt in your mouth. Here you are. If you make such a party for dinner, there will be nothing left by morning. They fly away instantly. They're very tasty, so try it. You won't regret it. That's all from me. If you enjoyed the recipe, please like this video. Wishing everyone a good mood and bye.